Hi there, everybody. This is John Drew here from Elevated Planet.
Angela Gabrielle here from Elevated Planet, and we want to welcome you to today's Pam Gregory meditation. And John is going to tell us more about it.
Yeah, we're back now for what is our regular Thursday evening UK time for the Pam Gregory inspired meditation, which gets everybody around the world as in their thousands to all add our energy into the quantum wave structure. We're guided by Pam herself, who from the gift of her guided meditation. So that is it's a wonderful thing, and it means that we're all absolutely in line with Pam's vision as it came to her to begin this quite some time ago now. And bear in mind, this is a daily meditation for anybody who can do it. It happens at the same time every day. And I did make the point this time around because a lot of people can't make 7 o'clock UK time. You can in the UK typically, but it's not quite so easy when you're working in America or elsewhere to actually do that. So the bottom line is you can still join us energetically at your own 7 o'clock or whatever time that suits you and join in. Just listen to this recording and feel that you are part of this community. You are adding your high frequency energy into that quantum wave structure, and we are helping to elevate the planet. So, and one of the things that I wanted to do today was just start off with a piece that came from Pam Gregory herself, but also Ann Tucker, an interview that they did together. And it's really fell in line with something that Jolie and I did last Sunday when we put forward on the show, when we put a piece in there by Kristen Holstead, who is somebody who channels the energy of the Sophia, the wisdom of ages. Okay. And meanwhile, Anne is channeling the mother of creation. So we've got two of those divine feminine energies being channeled. And what's really interesting is that they really do fall in line. Now, the piece that Kristen came up with was about to expect a major earth rift to appear in the San Francisco area on the 18th of February 2026. So this is very, very immediate. And we don't share this with a sense of creating fear. We do it because it's interesting information, but you've got to listen to it yourself and use your intuition to see how you're going to take it. Do you regard it as deluded nonsense? Do you think there could be credibility to it? That's really the main thing, is just kind of judging it for yourself. So if you bear with me a second, I am going to just switch screens and it's only 3.5 minutes long. So we'll show that to you. Bear with me a sec.
Do know that all that Anne and I are sharing has to happen. That's part of the astrology. It's part of Anne's channeling messages that she's brought through so beautifully. And all of this is just going to disappear black and white and then into dust, as we are so excited about meeting with our angels, our galactic family, the pixies, the elms, talking to the tree beings. Yeah. It's going to fade into, gosh, how did we ever be, so focused on all that old stuff? It will just go to dust. So keep your focus on what we're creating magnificently in New Earth. And New Earth is, remember, is what we are becoming. It's an embodiment of a frequency. It's what we're becoming. It's not an out there, it's an in here.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Do you know, and I hate to go from that lovely high note to one other thought about something that we should be aware of. I don't know if it was Isla or the Angels who mentioned it. They gave several months ago, it came through that there is an earth rift, a big earth opening, a big earth event that they've never given. They rarely give me timings, very rarely. But this time they actually said it would be within a 1-year anniversary. And so sometime in the next year, there could be a very dramatic earth event. And it's actually mentioned that, and it was always said when I've been channeling this stuff, they always pooled events together. And they said the time that we have this economic stuff happening, they said all of it, well, it'll be like they use the word cacophony, like it would be, which is like a a bunch of voices all talking at once. It will be many things happening in the same time period. And then the good news, we get through this period, and then that opens us up to the flash of light, which is this massive influx of energy that really boosts us into the higher state of consciousness, which is like, yay. But the Earth Rift, not so easy. But it is, my understanding is it's really important because it's part of what sort of cracks open the earth and lets the light in for Gaia herself, because it's her healing moment. It's her moment to let out, to heal. And so they said it would be within the next potential, and this is always, things can change. It could be within the next year, but in this beginning of this channeling, they mention it again. They say there shall be this is Isla, there shall be a great earthing of eventual force, which shall break apart and shatter the earth in many places. So when I first channeled it, they talked about the Indian Ocean, but I think it's the vision I get is like just a lot of plate movement. And so the thing I have suggested and that I'm holding is that we don't want to stop the earth from having her moment because it's her healing, but we can potentially soften it and hopefully prevent it from being quite as bad by offering presence, which is very healing. It's almost like you have a child who needs to get out an emotion, who needs to throw a fit for a minute. If you sit in loving presence and just shine love at that child, the child doesn't hold the tantrum nearly as long, right? They slowly soften and then they end up like a little puddle in your arms, you know? And I think we want to try to, that's my feeling, is that we have the potential to be of service, to try to make, if there is a moment that Gaia needs, that she needs to shift some things around and needs to release, that we just try to do our best to hold her in the light and to send her loving presence.
And we're back. So the link to the entire interview between the two of them is actually down in the description below as well. So if you haven't seen it, it might be worth looking at it. But to me, it's the synergies, the synergies between the one that Kristen Husted came out with and what Ann Tucker has been saying for a long time, and what Pam has been saying too, and our very own Jolie. I mean, we do. How would we describe it, Jolie? I mean, I remember it was 2 years ago, you were talking about the Ring of Fire being one of the instigators for the big changes. Oh.
Yes, we connect to whatever benevolent energy. Can you hear me?
And very little, not very much. No.
Okay. I'm sorry. Let me. How about now?
That's a bit better.
Oh. Do I need to move? That's better?
Yeah, it's a bit better.
Okay, I'm sorry. We go up and we connect with any benevolent energy that is willing to work, that wants to help. Like different, I've had a white rabbit, is what it looks like. I've had who I like to call the revolution. They have on like ruffles and velvet and nice pastel colors. And they come in and they give me, like downloads. And for me, I'm like, I'm so jaded. I'm like diluted nonsense. But John is there to kind of help me move through it. And so some of these things, it's really cool because now they're unfortunately might be coming to pass, but at the same time, we have the message. So now we can do these meditations, hopefully to undo or to stop any damage that may come. So that's the beauty of this type of communication.
Yeah, it is. Thank you, Jolie. Yeah. It's fascinating because we had a whole list of things that Jolie got a chance to see through these journeys that we were taking, and so many of them have actually come to pass. So it kind of makes you realize that this is a connection we need to be making on a more regular basis for the community as well, and coming back with information directly rather than keeping it close to the chest. I think that's what we will be doing. Now then, it is time. It is that time. It is the top of the hour. So that is the time we're going to leap into that meditation. So anything you want to say, Jolie?
It's just, open up the portal to the heart and mind and just send love.
Yeah. Fantastic. Okay, right. We are going to go there. And as you know, we do not come back on afterwards. We allow you to drift off on your own meditative path and enjoy yourselves. And we will see you again on Sunday. If you can make it for the live, fantastic. If not, the recording. Anyway, Elevated Planet is where it's all happening. Take care, everybody. Enjoy your journey with Pam.
So as we begin this meditation, you might want to light a candle or burn some incense. Just make sure you're not going to be disturbed and have a sense of creating sacred space. Set a clear intention that this is for your highest good, the highest good of all, and the highest good of the earth. Use a mantra of we're welcoming in an ever-expanding consciousness of love. And then just take 3 long, slow breaths. And try and make the exhale a little longer than the inhale. You might even pause for a few seconds at the end of the exhale. Let your jaw go slack and all the tiny muscles around your eyes soften. Let your face soften, and you feel that heavy, softening relaxation just spreading down through your body, arms, your legs. Feel like butter melting in the sun. We're coming together with open hearts, and we're shifting the collective timeline every time we do this. So imagine our global community. We're creating a sacred global circle. Imagine holding our hands across the world and connecting with our hearts. Some of you may even feel a strong vortex of energy going around the world, connecting all of our hearts together. And know that inside your heart, very small but very bright, is a tiny flame. It's your life force that connects you to the divine. And in the center of this circle, put any living being who you feel or know is suffering right now. People in war zones, people in poverty, disease, famine. You can put animals, birds, all of sentient life. People in extreme weather conditions, earthquakes, volcanoes. Anyone or anything who needs help and healing, put them in the circle. And we're not going to dwell on the suffering because that will magnify it. We're going to raise our consciousness beyond that. So start to see waves of very soft, gentle, pale blue light. Waves coming in, soothing, calming, all the extremes within that circle. Calming all the grief, the sadness, the hunger, the suffering. See it all soothing and calming, as a mother would calm a child. And you can continue to visualize these soft blue waves of calm light all the way through your day if you wish. And then come back to that tiny, very bright flame of light inside your heart, your divine connection. And as you drop into this light and your breath, imagine that you're breathing in and out through the heart as if it were your lungs. And start to see this light get brighter, stronger, bigger. And feel that we're joining together with that heart light all over the world. Feel the expansion of love that we're creating every time we do this. And as your heart light expands, feel love, joy, compassion, peace, freedom, freedom for all beings. And we're connecting in this ever-growing web of light around the earth. And start to feel with your breath and your heart light that we're feeding this web of light with those positive emotions: love, joy, peace, compassion, freedom. And imagine this web of light is alive. It's shimmering. It's becoming bigger and brighter all around the earth. We're creating this from the invisible with our focus and our love, and this is how realities are created. You might even notice that other beings are starting to join us. More people, more animals, maybe the elementals, the fairies, the tree beings, our galactic family perhaps, coming together in an army of love, a tsunami of love that is bringing more connection and a sense of oneness to all of humanity. And this tsunami of love adds power to this web of light. You might see it as silver golden, sparkling, brilliant, shimmering, vibrant, and alive, and taking on its own momentum. And we're doing this by weaving the harmonics of creation with the divine. It's creating an unstoppable force to transmute all of the suffering from darkness into light. We're lifting all of life on Gaia and maybe beyond. And you might even feel that these pulses from our shimmering web of heart light are starting to reach out into the cosmos via this bigger web of light. They're stretching out like galactic superhighways of love. They're reaching out to our galactic family. And also, in this web of light, they're weaving back to Gaia, all of life connecting, even to the inner earth beings and all of those high intelligences. Everything has more life force now. Everything is more lit up, more heightened, more sparkling. It's a sense of pulsing oneness and harmony across our entire creation. Everything is connected to support the other in this web of light. This is cosmic love and unity consciousness weaving together to create a new reality in higher timelines where anything is possible. We're raising the love and light quotient on the earth. We're creating new stepping stones of light for others to follow. We can change timelines in a moment. We're coming together in thousands every day in one focused intention to build a more loving new earth. We're the bridge builders, the pioneers who will be talked about in history books. We're embodying that new frequency. We are new earth. We are creating a new energetic template. And our legacy will be that we stood strong in our light, our love, and our joy as acts of defiance as the battles raged around us. We're imprinting the energy field with a blueprint of a higher version of humanity, with compassion. And our legacy is how much we raise the love quotient in the world. We're warriors of light and warriors of love. Know that deeply in your heart. We're welcoming in an ever-expanding consciousness of love. And you might just check to see if we've eased the suffering somewhat since we started. And do you feel calmer, clearer, as if the lights have been turned up? Did you see a vision of the future we're creating together every day? Know our power as we come together in numbers every day to do this with spiritual dedication. Every day when we do this, we're adding to the tsunami of love across the world and the living light, which is creating a very different reality for us all. It's a powerful legacy to say that you could not have done more for love in this world as a bridge builder. And gradually, you might start to feel your body again. Wiggle your fingers and toes. And just come back to the room. I just want to thank you and send you many blessings to you all for being with me on this journey of immense courage and transformation. God bless.